Train accident that happened today in Mountain View. We're joined on the line by the chair of the PRASA board, Khanyisile Kweyama. Ms. Kweyama, good evening to you and thank you so much for your time on SABC News.
Good evening, Stephen, and thank you for having us.
The Transport Minister, Dr. Bladen Zamande, said on SABC a couple of hours ago now that that the root cause of this was cable theft. It does appear that some of your cables were stolen. Is there a backup plan? What are drivers supposed to do if the signalling doesn't work because the cables have been stolen?
Stephen, the manual authorization is exactly the backup plan. But I should start by just expressing PRASA's condolences to the families of those who have lost their lives, and really wish the passengers that are still in hospitals a speedy recovery. The backup plan, Stephen, is manual authorization, and clearly you can see that there are problems with manual authorization. Even earlier with the people and passengers that were interviewed who were on the train, it is a problem. Even when we drive, we are not supposed to use cellular phones. And when train drivers have to use cellular phones, their eyes can move away, all those things. So the solution does lie in the signaling problem, which PRASA has experienced problems over the past. You know, we have been rolling out signaling in the Gauteng area, and a number of the areas, Pretoria, Johannesburg, have been handed over by the service provider. This particular corridor is still a couple of months away from final completion and being completely automated. And part of the problem is that there has been vandalism over this corridor. Management talks of about 3 different instances in a period of about a year where cable theft occurred. When we replace the cabling, it gets stolen again. So that is a serious problem that we need to work together with our society to ensure that this vandalism doesn't happen.
For people who've never driven a train before, and I think that probably includes most of us, it's difficult to understand how, even when there is a problem with signalling, even if drivers have to use their cell phones to signal to each other, how a train can actually crash into a stationary train. Has this got to do with the particular physics of a train, the length of time it takes to stop, or could it be that someone somewhere was looking at a cell phone for too long?
It could be a combination of those, and we really are speaking and speculating, given that an investigation has started and will give us the full results. But when you are talking on a cell phone, you need to be in constant touch with the center that is giving you the instructions to proceed or not to proceed. And here you are talking about 2 trains. One was stationary, one was an oncoming train. And there the human error comes in, because somewhere the communication between the operator or the person who is authorizing, sitting at the center, and the driver, some lines are blurred there. Obviously, the voice box has been taken so that recording can be listened to and we can get to the full story of what exactly happened that caused the train not to stop and to proceed and bump into a stationary train.
You've had several other accidents in the recent past. Some of them have to do with cable theft. What elements do all of these accidents have in common? I mean, cable theft is one problem. Your drivers, as I understand it, are under immense strain. They sometimes actually get attacked by passengers in some instances. Are there certain elements that you can see are in common with all of the accidents that have happened in the last few months?
Well, you have counted them. Safety is one element. And, we understand that commuters are angry, and we understand that when trains are late, I heard some of the people that were interviewed there that talked of a train that was running an hour late. And in some instances, passengers hit out, passengers have attacked train drivers in the past. But then there's also a security element, which Minister spoke about earlier on SABC News, about the fact that cable theft should not be occurring when we are paying security companies to guard those areas, and that it will happen even 3 times. Say that it's way too many times, and the message has been clear in terms of acting against those that are not doing their work, but there is responsibility that needs to be taken by drivers and by management to ensure that those who are not staying within the law do face the full consequence of the law.
Khanyisile Kweyama, the chair of the board of PRASA, thank you very much indeed. I really do appreciate your time on SABC News.